Why they have to put him in that costume?
He had to do that.
Living in America.
Rocky said, Sylvester Stallone said.
Yeah, I was so disappointed with James Brown's.
Wait, Living in America?
Living in America
That
was
shit was
whack,
fun.
yo. That was not.
New Orleans.
He did all of that. He did all of that. And then he died.
Yeah, that wasn't the James that I wanted to hear.
Living in America is a nice, cheesy, fun song.
I mean, super cheesy.
I don't know what the fuck.
Just like he did one with
What?
with Bambaataa. Peace, unity, love, and having fun.
It was rap.
Like.
But that's all he knew. What, you want him to rap?
No, I wanted him to make that James shit that old James
But
shit.
that was like cheesy James.
Oh, you mean when he was broke, like?
But he had
No, he was like,
he did stuff with he did the
like,
gravity with full force. Static, no static, static. Don't stop none, won't be none. When I was young, they used to be troublemakers. They don't bother me. No need to hide, just get to the point. Let everybody know. James Brown run. Shit kind of hot. I was like, it was full force.
And it was after he got shot by the police. Shot at by the police. In his Jeep, they put 60 bullet holes in his truck.
Yeah, he's like,
And he said they
Fill
shot
the
him.
hole.
And he said they shot
too
him.
many
and I
holes in
shot
my
back.
thing. Almost got my ass. I'm fast. James Brown was just hilarious in his later. He just made when he was on that show when he was all coked up. Remember that on the news thing with the glasses? He just kept talking. The lady was trying to interview him. He just used titles of his song. How you feeling? I feel good. What? You didn't see
That's
that
a real thing?
I'm not lying. He was like, I feel good. He's like, jump back, kick myself. And she's like, thank you, Mr. James, but what is your next thing? And he just get on the good foot. You ever see that where he's on coke?
No.
Man, it's so huge.
What's this?
He has those yellow glasses on. He's like, what are you doing? Living in America.
What you talking about, Eddie?
No, when James Brown is being interviewed by the dude, he's high. And he has those those yellow tinted glasses on. This shit is so funny. And the lady's like, okay, Mr. Brown, but how are you feeling? I feel good. Like, and he's just like, this is a man world. How do you feel? He's just yelling out titles. It's so fucking funny. You ain't seen that shit?
Nah, man.
Have you seen Pavarotti and James Brown singing in his Man's World? Opera and it's fantastic. You ain't seen that shit?
Nah.
Yes.
It's Pavarotti never singing Man's World. He does it in an opera in his Italian, and James Brown singing the American. It is fan. They're both on stage in Italy. It's dope as fuck. You seen that? He's like, man made the car, and then boom, and then Pavarotti's like, doing Man's World. And you ever seen that? I don't fucking.
All right, come on, let's do this.
With your bad self.
We're gonna do the math first, and then.
I gotta like.
Nah, they can see you. They can see you.
I get it. Oh, no, I have to change that.
Oh, we focus on this camera over here.
What was it now?
Why is he doing that?
You both from Philly?
Man, a little delay there.
I'm from West.
Oh, it's very delayed. Don't pay
West
attention to that
Philly.
shit.
The
You mad?
YouTube shit is delayed, but there's another one that you see it like real time.
Right?
That's the real time.
Oh yeah, okay.
But
You're gonna be doing all that. Those
the YouTube,
dates and stuff. He has to do it himself, right?
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All the mathematics. Oh man.
All right, what up, YouTube Live? Digga's not here, as you can see. She went to Cancun. She wants to copy everything I do. It's okay. We'll let her live. Are we ready?
Is there a particular camera we should be looking at? Or we should just
You know, that's our master. But if you really want to talk to the people, then that's y'all's camera. Right
Oh,
You and him, that's y'all's camera. And that's just
overall, it's
Godfrey and I.
overall, it's conversation. Just
Overall, we're just talking to each other. But if you really want to be like people,
right. Too.
like make your plea and break that wall.
Sorry.
That's y'all's. What in the? That's your ringtone? Rock him?
Rock him, baby. That's sauce. Sure. Swear. Security. Rock him. Peace. Now that's James Brown.
You guys, you see, that's the kind of James Brown I want to hear. Not no.
But that was
Living in
that's the
America. Huh?
That's James Brown the 60s.
Right. That's the James Brown we love.
But that was when he was funky.
Well, that's what I'm
That's when his
saying.
brain was right.
And that's what the fuck we. No,
His
that's
brain
when
was
he
fried.
That
Living
was
in
on some
America.
dust.
That's good shit, man.
He was really high back in the day. I don't know how. Well, no, he was very high then too.
Maybe they had that good shit. Yeah, that's
It was catchy, but
yes. James had
oh shit. Anyway, all right, let's get into it.
get involved. Get into
Are you
it.
ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Yanadameen, Godcast, C Math, take one.
Peace. Today is Monday, August 19th. Making today's math knowledge born. All being born to knowledge cipher. All being born to knowledge. That's right. Make your knowledge born. Make your knowledge manifest. And it will born other knowledge in other people, in other ciphers. Because a cipher is a person, place, or thing. You are a cipher. The places you exist are ciphers. And that is where knowledge flourishes. Peace to the gods and earth. Peace. Today is Wednesday, August 21st. Making today's math, wisdom, knowledge, all being born to understand. That's right. Use your wise words or move wisely, and people will see your knowledge and understand who you truly are. Peace. Peace. Today is Friday, August 23rd. Making today's math, wisdom, understanding, all being born the power of finding. Your wise words shall improve your understanding and bring forth your power, which is that truth, which is that light that refines mentally as well as physically. Peace. Peace. Today is Sunday, August 25th. Making today's math, wisdom, power, finding, all being born to God. Wisdom is the wise word spoken by the wise black man. Power is the truth, and the truth is the light that takes one out of darkness, and God is your supreme higher self. Peace.
Damn.
I was trying to hold it.
Fuck that. You put the stamp on it. You gonna leave that in. Yeah, we good. Hey, church.
That's an exclamation point.
Peace to God. Check.
Y'all ready for the first segment?
Yep, let's go.
Alright, let's say that. Scratching the 7 energy.
Yeah. Start from that first one.
Tearing my ass up.
Now,
No, I'll tell you when.
three, two, one, go.
Yanadameen Godcast, scene one, take one.
Said it with his chest, right? All right, let it roll, y'all will. right, y'all. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. Now you better say it down here. You better say it down here. And then you take us out. I'm Lord Jamar.
Godfrey.
Okay, Digga.
Not here.
She's not here. She's on vacation. She went to Cancun. She liked to
She
copy my
copied.
moves. It's all right, though.
How long is she going? How long is she going?
She'll be back for the next.
Okay, she
for the
having
next
fun. She
episode.
rubbing it in your
Yes,
face.
actually, she's out there with one of our people that we, a friend to the show,
Okay.
Foxy Alex. I don't know if you've met
No, I
Foxy,
haven't met
Foxy
Foxy.
Alex. Foxy Alex is Digga's best friend,
Okay.
and she just celebrated her birthday. Happy birthday, Alex! I'm not going to be revealing, her age. I don't know if she wants that,
No.
but whatever. Her and
Right.
Digga's best friends,
Cool.
and so they went to Cancun with a
Nice.
bunch of other sisters,
Cool.
and they doing their thing out there.
Yes.
I was just in Cancun a little while ago. I'm not saying that they copying what I did. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Anyway, behind us, I got the God John Will.
Hey.
Okay, peace to the God on the wheels of steel behind us, and we got to my right two very special guests that's going to spend time with us today. First of all, to my farthest right, we have Freud. Cuesta.
Freud Cuesta.
There it is,
got
Cuesta.
it. Yeah.
I always want to say his name the wrong way.
Right.
Freud Cuesta, director extraordinaire.
Nice.
Director of a independent, animated film, I guess we call it? Animated short?
Yeah, it's a docudrama.
Okay.
It's half animation and half documentary footage with some illustrations to push it along.
And the name of it?
It's Unalienable Rights.
Unalienable Rights.
Oh, yeah.
And I happen to be in the film doing some voice acting.
Nice.
He actually did 3 characters.
Yeah, I did about
Nice.
3 characters in
Nice.
there. We can clap it up for that. Okay. And to my immediate right, we have a member and descendant of the MOVE organization. And for a lot of you who don't know about the MOVE organization, you're going to learn today. We have Brother Mike Africa with us in the house. Right? Clap it up for Mike Africa. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on the Yanadameen Godcast at the historic Black Lady Theater here in the heart of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So Freud, I've known this man, we grew up in New Shell together.
Okay.
Yeah. And, there's a lot of talented people in New Shell, I'd say. We, especially in the crop that we grew up in. Kimberly's on Eyewitness News.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay. What's that? Last name?
Richardson.
Kimberly Richardson. Okay, we grew up with Kimberly Richardson.
Nice.
Vance Wright.
That Vance Wright. Come on, there's a whole lot of New Shell talent.
Yours truly.
Bam.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, Freud, I've known him since teenager. He ended up being a filmmaker.
We actually did a party together. Jay had the records. I had the equipment. I think it was it Gail?
That was the story.
That was Gail's, right? Was it
Gail.
Yeah, I think it was Gail's. It was her birthday party in the summertime. Remember?
Great house parties back in the days.
Yeah, we 13s. We doing it back then. 13. I was 13 years old. I remember because my pops was still alive. He came to get me, and it was like 2 in the morning. And yeah.
Nice.
So we had to have been like 12, 13 years old.
Already
Hanging out
started. Already.
in the morning at 13.
Oh,
Man.
no. This is real talk.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is real talk. This is how we did.
You got to stay
He was
out
there.
that late?
Well, I mean, what time do you think we were coming home when we got back from the rooftop?
Woo.
Word. Or the skate key.
On the skate key.
And then you gotta go to White Castle
Oh, no
after
doubt.
that.
Damn.
You can't just go home. But anyway, so this brother, he started doing videos at the time that, you know, we came out, and it was like, oh, okay, Floyd, I didn't even know you was into no, you know, you don't really know what dudes is into unless they announce it. So how do you really announce, yo, I'm a filmmaker when you're a teenager, unless you walk around with a fucking, you know, and he wasn't doing that. He was just, you know, but he was just a cool dude you see around. So then I found out you were a filmmaker and you were directing videos. And okay, that's impressive. You know, and he was doing his thing and he kept doing it. Some people say they want to do some shit, they'll dabble in it. Oh, that's not really their passion. They leave it alone. No, this guy stayed with it. Years later, I don't know, you can go through some of the things that you've done.
You ever work with other people like Spike Lee or whatever? You ever do anything projects with
I've done
other
a couple.
filmmakers?
Let's start off doing music videos.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it kind of started when I got out of went down to University of Maryland. You know, and you know, figured some things out. But I always was into filming. Yeah. But when I got back, Spike was doing this thing, so I, you know, checked out 40 Acres. I think I was on a set as a PA. It wasn't one of his, he was EPing it, but it wasn't one of his directing joints. But you know, started making my way up, getting on crews for different video shoots. At the time, Mary J was kind of large, Das Effect, and I noticed that they were coming out of this one production house called 900 Frames. So I started off there, you know, as a PA, production assistant, and then within a year started doing joints on another level, not directing yet, but from a PA, production coordinator, production manager, assistant director.
More and more responsibility.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I think the first one, I know the first one was Khadijah, with this group that didn't really blow up, but this group called Dirt Nation. There were a bunch of my friends that went to Maryland with us, and Kedar Massenberg was able to
remember this.
Yeah, you know, him and Daddy O, and there was some Ed had
Daddy O
produced
from
the track.
Stetson.
No doubt. Oh no, I've been around people.
Stetson. Oh.
So with that, after Khadijah, which we had a little in on at BET, and that got some spins. Because back then, you know, certain things you needed a little help with. So then after that, Loud Records came around, and Steve Rifkin's younger brother was a buddy of mine. Yeah, you know, that's John Rifkin.
That's my lawyer's nephew.
We'll see.
Jamie Rifkin.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See the Rifkins.
Yeah, he talks about all of them. Like he represents all of them. He goes, yes, I know Raekwon, and Method Man, I know them all. EPMD. It's hilarious.
Well,
Jewish man naming everybody.
But I'm gonna tell you, it was Steve's pops, Jules, God bless him, who you know, really paved the way. You know, he was a known guy. Right. Put it like that, you know, and helped Steve to become a bigger person than just a street promoter.
Was he a good dude, or was he just a conniving son of a bitch?
No. Who, Jules?
No, Rifkin. Was he a good?
All the Rifkins to me are good.
Yeah, because my lawyer's a good person. He's
I've had dealings with Steve Rifkin.
Okay.
Like I signed Dead Prez to Loud at that time.
Okay.
And I have nothing bad to say.
Yeah, man. My he's good people.
Or Rich Isaacson,
which is good. But what was that other guy they always talk about? The other dude they always talk about that takes everybody's money. One with the white hair. You know, talk about in hip hop. That dude. They're always Leor Cohen. They always like, no, fuck him, man. And they always show him like.
Well, you know,
they always show talk about how conniving he is.
Something to do with you two, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say nothing bad about him?
I didn't say that. But I'm just saying.
Did he buy up YouTube? He bought it up.
So we're definitely on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said,
right now.
Well, no, I'm not just saying they always talk about, because I'm not in music, so I don't know. They always say that dude did something
I just don't want
like
no
Jerry
one to
Heller.
say, I just don't want no one to say, fuck you two. Like, fuck 97. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing.
No, he ain't saying that.
No.
I'm not. Damn, what the fuck? Damn, he just went all over. Fuck HBO. Fuck Showtime. Fuck all of them.
No, I got some feelings. I'm
Kiss
sorry.
my
I got
ass.
some feelings. I'm sorry.
Before this show goes off the rails, if you want to continue to see this show, why don't you donate to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. We appreciate any amount is appreciated. We love you. We thank you. Phones.
Is that a commercial break right there? Can I go to the
Well,
bathroom?
that's just
Can I go to the bathroom?
Naturally, what happened?
Oh no.
Oh.
Damn! Don't tell me you suffer from incontinence already, bro.
I do take blood pressure pills.
Oh wow.
So,
Well, you know what? If you really have to go with that bad, go ahead.
Oh,
We're
shit.
gonna talk to
That's
the
real.
brother Mike Africa. We're gonna zoom in. How are you, brother?
I'm great. I'm on the move, man. I'm great. And listen, this is before we get into it, right?
Okay.
This is the most entertaining interview that I've ever been a part of. Let's say that. Put that on the record.
We just got started. How much time we got for this particular segment?
16.
Oh,
shit.
sweet. Get him.
So listen, I want this show is not just about entertainment, but it's also about education. You know, as KRS would say, edutainment. So that being said, I'd like you to let people know about the MOVE organization, what it was, what it is, it's why it was originally formed, when it was formed, by who it was formed. Let's get into some of the origin of the MOVE. Because for those of you that don't know, there was an American travesty that happened in Philadelphia where the police dropped a bomb on American soil on its own people. Black men, women, and children on a revolutionary conscious group. And so this is their story. Let's get into it.
First, let me say thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming.
This is truly an honor. The MOVE organization was founded by a wise, strategic-minded black man named John Africa. John Africa started the organization with the mission of his belief is natural law. He believes in life. And the mission is to protect life and to encourage other people to protect life too. And when we say life, we're talking about people, animals, and the environment. John Africa believes that all life is sacred and important, and there should be no one dictating or enslaving or controlling other forms of life. You know, and that
sounds like a very Native American way to look at things.
You could say that, yeah. I mean, like, so John Africa would see animals in the zoo, and he didn't look at that as a place to go spend some money and see an animal that's brought 10,000 miles away from his homeland and stuck into a tiny cage in Philly. He looked at that as the imprisonment of animals, just like he looked at the slavery of black people. It's something that shouldn't be. So he started the organization, and people followed that example of, you know, that, and also health and fitness is a really big part of the organization, and eating healthy. Mm-hmm. And when you eat healthy, and when you believe in health, and when you fight for your own health, and when you know, take care of yourself, there's only but so much you will allow an external system to impose on you.
Now, didn't brothers like Laela Africa come out of the MOVE, African Holistic Health, if I'm not mistaken?
I'm not familiar with what's that.
That's a book that deals with,
you know
African holistic
to be
health.
honest, a lot of books have been written since, and probably some before too.
I believe this brother came from the MOVE, if I'm not mistaken. Laela, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name Huh?
Talking about later Africa.
Layla.
I'm not sure if I don't think he came from the book. I think he was around.
Okay.
He does have books on that.
Okay, maybe I saw the name Africa.
A lot of
associated him with
yeah. Dick Gregory,
support.
a supporter, wrote books and got information on diet. I mean, there's pictures of him at the platform where their move was at, and he was like coming to get information, and John Africa talked to him, and they collabed on certain things.
And this is Philadelphia.
This is
based,
Philadelphia.
Yes?
John Africa's from Philly, and this is early '70s. This is like the above ground chapter of the organization. I mean, John Africa was like scheming and setting up ways to fight the system long before the above ground chapter started in the '70s. I mean, he's a Korean War veteran, and he knows and understands. He saw war. He saw people being shot and ripped apart by bombs. He saw the mountainside of Korea being decimated.
And
what
year is this? Is he starting this?
He started the above ground chapter started in the '70s. But
Early
the first,
70s?
Early '70s, like '72-ish.
Okay.
But the original move members, the first original move members, were in Korea. Long before the above ground chapter of move started. We're talking in the '50s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why we call John Africa strategic mind. Because in order to have revolution, you have to attack a system on many fronts. You can't just go at them directly. You have to have other things in place and other strategies in order for it to work. It's the same way the government do us. They don't just come at us. They don't just come at people with the military and the police. They come at you with your friends, with your family,
liberals.
You know what I'm saying? So in that same understanding, you got to fight with what you have. So John Africa started the organization. People is involved. When people started actually learning about health and actually exercising and needing hospitals less, and the women were having babies at home because they didn't need to go to hospitals, and the people that were on pills, on medicine for their illnesses and sicknesses, they started to extract themselves from that. They got healthy, and people really understood that they saw something. It was a natural law. Everything that you have, every disease, every ailment, every sickness, whatever exists, there's a cure for it. And John Africa was showing people that those cures are in nature. And when people started learning that and understanding that, applying it, and it's working for them, the system started to attack them.
Because I was just about to say, like, this all sounds like positive stuff. Like, why by 1978 do we have our first major confrontation with the police and the MOVE organization? How do we go from, all of these things that we would see as positive, somehow the establishment felt like it was negative? What kind of things might have helped to create a climate for such an event?
Well,
Rocky. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it.
How much time?
I didn't get the fighting started. Hey, so you
Calm down, Rock. Come on, Rocky. You started it with the colors.
I didn't do nothing. I'm not a racist. Apollo's my best friend.
It's your fucking fault.
Come on, Mickey.
The thing is, in the early days, it wasn't automatically police attack these people. Once people started seeing and the system got threatened because, when any major event happens, follow the money, right?
Right.
Pharmaceuticals are like, wait a minute. People actually start listening to this guy.
Right.
Follow, right? So then the police started attacking MOVE. When they were attacking MOVE people, it got to a point where they were beating MOVE women, and pregnant MOVE women were beaten to this guy. Baby died. Police knocked Janine Africa's 3-week-old son out of her arms and trampled him to death. So MOVE took a defensive stand, built a platform around the house after not being able to get any support or justice from the system. Built the platform around the house, armed themselves, and said, "Look, next time y'all come at us, we're gonna match y'all with everything you come at us with. You come at us with fists, we'll fight you with fists. You come at us with clubs, we'll fight you with clubs. You come in here shooting and killing our brothers and our sisters and our children, we will shoot back in defense of our lives.
Mm.
So that led to a standoff. The police didn't do anything for almost a year. But then on August 8th, 1978, they had their plan together, their strategy as to how they were going to attack. And they came
Now,
to
when
our
you
house.
said they didn't do anything for a year, it's not like they were sitting outside the house for a
The
year.
police were sitting outside the house
It was blockade.
round the clock.
For a year.
24/7. Them police made so
Okay.
much money on overtime. They were buying boats, ships, yachts, and naming them after MOVE members.
Damn.
Because you got to remember.
Wow.
Damn.
They were around the clock.
You got to remember the land, the area that at the time was considered Bolton, right?
Carlton Village,
Carlton Village.
Drexel campus.
Drexel was flexing, was buying and building. You know, Drexel University, you know, if you look at Philadelphia,
And that's what universities do here. They try to eat
Exactly.
up all
We
the
see
all
we
that
see
real
how
estate
the
right
cheap
around
years,
them.
yep.
You see how that
And a lot of
happened
them are
with
in
Columbia.
poor
Like
neighborhoods too.
USC is, my university, they're all in the poor neighborhoods. Yep.
Well, that's where Rocky comes in.
Okay.
So there's a Italian police commissioner who becomes the mayor,
Uh-oh.
and Sylvester Stallone,
And his name was
Frank Rizzo. Frank Rizzo
Frank Rizzo.
was the mayor. Sylvester Stallone had been seeking this city to do his movie in.
Right.
This is 1977.
Chris
And
Stallone is not from Philly, no?
he is not from Philadelphia,
Okay.
but he made the movie in Philly.
Right.
And Frank Rizzo, the police commissioner, the mayor, you know, this guy who wants to, you know, urge Italians and white people to fight for better jobs. We're not going to waste our time trying to get in line next to these Negroes. We're going to fight for better jobs. You're dealing with people, and these people are barbaric. That was his attitude. That was his way. Those are things he said. So
They act like Trump is the first. See, he's gonna say it.
Frank Rizzo
This is always.
was brutal. Like he this police department in Philadelphia could invade Cuba and win.
Huh.
That's a quote from Frank Rizzo.
Yes. Hitler
This
shit.
police department, we are now trained and equipped to fight wars. Break their heads is right.
Huh.
Mm.
Right? So that was, you know, the climate. That's the way it was. So when they came to us on our house, and with the hundreds of cops and smoke and tear gas and a wrecking ball and a hydraulic cherry picker, and they tore our house down on top of us with us in it. My mom and my dad and my Uncle Chuck were in the house. My mom was 8 months pregnant with me. And that's how they came. And then during that, their shooting starts. They shooting up the house. A cop gets shot. He dies. Who do you think they're blaming on?
Right. And it very well could have been friendly fire that killed this guy.
Absolutely. So, MOVE people gets locked up. MOVE people get sentenced 130 to 100 years. My mother and my father got 30 to 100 years prison sentence. Wow. And I was born 5 weeks after the confrontation in a jail cell.
Wow.
People, you have no idea. So, what people don't understand about this is that, you know, we hear about the bomb that got dropped. That's actually a whole different incident from 78. That ends up happening in 1985. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about you, your life, the move, what it was like to be born in prison, all of that, your parents being locked up for 40 years, them coming back home. What's that like? We're going to talk about it all. Take us out, y'all will. Yanadameen Godcast.
So you do have commercial break.
See what it is.
Cut.
These cameras
They only can store for so much.
Well, they can only shoot 20 minutes at a time.
Right, on the car.
Well, no, it's not even the car. It's just that's the way they set them up so that they're not movie cameras. See, these are still. Now I have if I shoot it in 4K, then I'll have unlimited time. But 4K takes up too much memory. It's not really worth it. So you got to do it. It's gonna cut off at a certain point. It's after 25 minutes. So I just create 3 25-minute segments. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll put those out, and then I'll put the whole thing out on Sunday. See what I'm saying? Stitch it all together and put the whole shit. Now it's a full hour.
Is that one still live?
Yes.
So that's still happening right now.
Yeah, that's happening right now.
So that's behind the scenes.
Okay, so what's the delay, like 7 seconds?
I never counted it. I don't know.
A little longer than that, I saw you waving your hands.
Boom. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008.
8 seconds.
8-second delay. I guess that's enough time for you to like.
Bleep out the
Yeah, if you was trying to, if you cared about that. All right, cousin. Thanks for coming by. No doubt.
Peace, bro.
All right, pleasure.
Hey, want to get started with Scott?
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Right, so let them do. Ready to go?
Let me get a
He
quick
gave me
drink.
flashbacks with the old parties, though.
What?
When he took it.
right.
Oh, that was real, man.
That was us.
And that was me stitching
with
it
him.
together. Like,
That was
I have
good.
records, but I don't have the
Wait,
equipment.
what year was that?
What, with us?
Yeah.
30, we got 31 years into that.
So
Oh,
while he
30.
was at because you didn't go to, you went to Isaac.
Any water or?
He went to
I'm
Isaac
from
Young.
Mount Vernon.
Oh, you from the Vernon?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were from the Vernon.
You look familiar to me. I used to go to Raquel, we rock. That's what they used to call me. I used to be with him. He and I was like this.
Yeah, but he
Like
from
this.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
I was one of the rare ones from Nearshire that could go to Mount Vernon.
Exactly.
I was right there because I didn't go. I didn't go to Isaac Young. I didn't go to Albert Leonard. I went to the Catholic school out there.
What was that Catholic school we performed at? The
No,
girls' school.
we used to St.
On
Ursula's.
Lincoln?
St. Ursula.
On North
On
Avenue.
North, all the way down.
Oh, Bob, that's my sister's school. I went to Iona
Yeah,
Prep.
we performed there when we
Wait,
was younger.
where?
Yeah. We did. We used to go all the little battles all around, all over the place.
What, during Black History Month?
Whatever.
Nah, they used to have this big party every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doing Black History Month in
You
February.
that shit at least
No, trust me.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I'm drawing blanks then because
We did all that.
you know who we hired one year? A couple years. Eddie F.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
did it.
Yep.
He did it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I went to school with Eddie, Heb, all
Right.
of them. All the Myers, I know Floyd, all of them. Cherry,
Right.
sisters, everything. Remember they had they was the first one I've ever seen with a Sebastian husky. That big that dog like a horse
Right.
coming across all of them. Cherry, Pete
Small
Rob,
world. Yeah,
CL,
no,
all of
Graf,
them.
Graf is brother.
Al, Shaw, all of them. I went to school with all of them.
Small world, man.
Your face is coming back. Yeah, I used to hang in New York. Like vice versa. He's one of the few dudes that
Right.
come to
Well, I used to go to what was the name of that school? It was on Lincoln Avenue. Oh my God,
Lincoln Way.
yo,
Fulton in Mount Vernon or New York?
it's a cat. No, in Mount Vernon. So it's on. Okay, so if I'm going into Mount Vernon, it was a Catholic school on the right-hand side. It was a Catholic grade school. They used to have a party there, and I remember this dude tried to run my I had a multicolored polo.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this dude. What's his name, man? He tried to run it, but yeah, no doubt. It was Mount Vernon. I was from New Road.
Well, listen, I had a red Jeep that said Median on the back of it.
What, the Amigos?
No, I had a red Jeep Wrangler.
Oh,
It
a
said-
Wrangler.
Back in 89, 90, 91, we said New York.
Okay. See, I wasn't up top. I
Okay.
was down. I was down in DC. That's what it. See, that's the disconnect. See, you know what I'm saying? I left in '87.
Okay.
So my memories of running in Mount Vernon is like 84 to
Same thing.
84 to 87.
Mm-hmm. And me and Jamar was running rapid then.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
34 years, I know
yeah. And my memories of Mount Vernon was early on. Like, I think Butler was the only one that had like in the Vernon.
Big Butler or Little Butler? Anthony Butler?
Yeah, AB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first one that had what?
It's not the Amigo, the Suzuki.
Yeah, him, Rick had one. All of them had them little things driving kids when we were still in high school. They was getting.
But yeah, man, you know.
Yeah, they was getting that money.
And then when I went down to DC, I had this apartment in Silver Spring. And who ended up living in the same building? AB. We looking at each other. I was like, I didn't know you were down here. That's what he said to me. I didn't know you were down here.
That's one thing about AB, don't forget a face.
B. And he don't age.
Mm-mm. He's with my cousin right now, JB Smooth. He's like,
That's Floyd's brother.
Yeah, Jerry. That's my family.
Damn. So I knew Floyd before even JB became JB.
Well, Floyd, they said Floyd got a spot up in Connecticut right now. Comedy spot. He took his time. He did it right. He didn't jump on Jerry's coattail and get out there. He took his time.
Floyd was that dude, and Floyd was always funny. They came from comedy. That family came from.
True that. But I was with Jerry when it first started. I remember one time Jerry did the show, and he jumped on the. That was his thing. That physical comedy. He jumped and hit a wall.
Like right now,
broke the wall
from
and
1978.
fell on the floor. And we were laughing because he broke the sheetrock. And he was wondering what was so funny. It was on 125th. I remember like it was yesterday. I still, man, looking like, what's so funny?
So when I get to like, when I say, Yanadameen, God,
Mike. Africa. Mike.
Okay.
Africa with a
Okay. Let's see. There I go.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
You just want to start it off
And then on Facebook. Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that shit. I totally forgot this. See, I had this. I did. Get to the chopper now. Get to the chopper. Lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink. Did you see the Dolomite?
That shit looked cool.
That shit looked
Eddie
funny
Murphy,
as fuck. I can't wait. Huh? Eddie Murphy did Dolomite.
The movie.
Yeah.
Mike Epps is in it.
Yeah, that gotta be hilarious. Yo,
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is in it.
That's,
Fucking
Snipes is in
Yo.
it.
Coming to America too.
Yeah, that's
He's in that too?
they're
yeah,
casting
Wesley
stuff.
Snipes. I
Wesley's
heard
in
he
Coming
just
to America.
got casted
Rick
in
Ross
that.
is in Coming
Probably
to
from
America.
working on him with this.
Rick Ross is in it. I don't know.
Is he playing?
I don't know what he's playing. He's in it.
He's not even playing Rick Ross.
Because James Earl Jones is back.
Snoop is in this shit.
There's something
And,
that just
oh yeah, Snoop's in Dolomite. Yeah.
Jay-Z. I can't see him.
Jay-Z can't.
Jay-Z is in it?
Jay-Z's in Coming to
No,
America.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
So
Oh yeah,
They'll just
don't do
bring
that.
Snoop
Don't,
on
do don't tell me that's why he been growing his dreads and shit. To be in Coming to America.
It's like Prince Akeem.
I committed to the
What's up,
rule.
Prince Akeem? It's good. Yo, it's your boy.
Don't do
Come
it,
to
nigga.
America again.
I like clean cut, Jigga. Go back to clean
Coming
cut.
back
Jigga.
to America. It's crazy. From Africa to America, I'm sick. Prince King.
Yo.
Do it again. Oh shit. I wonder if Cuba Gooding will come back and sit in the barber's chair.
Oh shit.
Remember he was the
I
extra.
want to know if the lady that was hopping is still hopping.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
back.
shit.
They called her.
Right.
Vanessa
I
Bell.
want to know if her calf is like.
Vanessa
That'd be
Bell.
hilarious.
Vanessa
right?
Bell Calloway. She's,
Like, oh, you can stop now.
Stop
they
there,
just
yeah.
they just casted her
She
back.
can't walk on the other leg though because
She's
it's shrimp.
back.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
How to sound? How to sound?
You can hear everybody, brother?
Over here.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
That's what I wanted to say too, because remember the mics are over here, they want the one in the center. Remember when Digga had it and then she was looking over here?
I know.
It got significantly lower.
Are you hearing any change when they're talking? Are you hearing them clearly?
1 2 1 2.
Hello, hello.
Turn that
Yeah,
way.
just
speaker,
turn.
like you talking
What's
about.
up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
1 2 1 2. But we
Well,
always looking
he's
this
looking
way.
this way. They're not going
But
to
we
be looking
never
this way.
looking. Yeah, we always looking.
Yeah, put it in the center.
Put it in the
if you
center.
could.
Okay.
That way no matter which way you
How's that? Is that better?
1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. My mic ain't on.
My mic sound nice. Check 1.
All right, everybody's good. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yanadameen Godcast, scene 2, take 1.
Wait, did you see the meme with Howard Cosell and OJ
No.
and Bruce Jenner? He's standing in between them. It says, "Hi, I'm Howard Cosell. I'm reporting from the future. You're never gonna believe this. Like,
That's funny.
you're never gonna believe
Oh,
what I see."
Bruce Jenner. Yo, when they
Yo.
was both athletes,
Oh my
that's
God.
crazy.
All right, come on. Let's start. Whoa. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
God-free in the building.
Digga is on vacation and she will be back next week. She is in Cancun getting her tan on. I know she's gonna come back all golden.
Speaking Spanish.
And all of y'all YouTubers are gonna be lusting over her in the comments. I know how y'all do.
Moreno.
Listen, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you get notifications whenever we drop a video, whenever we go live on YouTube Live. Shout out to the YouTube Live people in the house. What up? And also, listen, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. Any amount is appreciated, and thank you. So we're here with our special guests, Freud Cuesta
Yes, sir.
and Mike Africa from The Move. Clap it up, y'all. Freud Cuesta, the director of Unalienable Rights. It is a docudrama, animated docudrama.
Yes, sir.
What, a four-part
4-part miniseries.
miniseries based around The Move, based around Mumia Abu Jamal, and all the events that happened at that time.
Yes.
I had the privilege of being a voice actor in the film. I played Mumia, I played John Africa, and I played Chucky. Yeah, it was fun. It was dope. But right now, we've been talking with Mike Africa, and we're going to talk more about the film and where it's going and all that. We got a whole another segment, so we're going to take our time. But we talked about the initial confrontation in 1978 with the police, the mayor, Rizzo at the time, fucking Rocky, helping the fucking climate of all of this, Italian toughness, making the fucking white boys feel tough against the black man, you know what I mean? So that happened in 78. Your parents went to jail, you said, for 40 years.
40 years. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened.
You were born in jail.
Jail cell. I got pictures to prove it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen. Tupac was supposedly born in jail. We haven't seen those pictures.
Right.
Not to say that it didn't happen. I'm just saying that there are no pictures of that. But you have pictures of you.
I have pictures of the jail cell, and I have pictures that my mom was in. The pictures of the actual jail cell and the newspaper, "Move baby born in jail."
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, talk a little bit about that. Like, what's that like?
You know, when I first heard about it, my cousin, who was kind of like a bully, he said it to me when I was a kid, just talking about it, like, yo, you like
In a bully fashion?
yeah, like in a joke like teasing kind of way.
Right.
We in a house, you know, in Philly, especially where we live, there was a lot of crime, right? So we talking about jail, and I don't want to end up in jail. And my cousin, you don't want to end up in jail. You were born in jail. You were born a jailbird.
You thought it was a joke, like.
I didn't think it was a joke. I thought he was lying.
Right, no, I thought, yeah, this is what I mean. Like,
Oh,
you were
right.
born in jail. Shut up. It's like,
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I knew he was a bully because he's been a bully all my life. Well, at least up to that point. And I'm like, no, I wasn't, Grandma. Was I born in jail? And she was like, yeah, you were. And I'm like, what? So I was like, that's not cool.
True.
I was embarrassed, man. I'm like, I was born in jail. So, you know, I remember being in school one day and all the kids talking, I was born in Hahnemann Hospital. And I was born in this place. And they was like, where were you born? I was like, jail.
correctional facilities.
So I'm like,
Wait, isn't it beautiful how black people, how we can just laugh at some of the illest shit? Like we are just
I was
a beautiful
embarrassed.
people.
Born a convict, man.
And
Jail?
and
Wait, what was the name of the jail?
House of Correction.
Just say,
Look
you
down
didn't
there,
even have a
House of
name. Like you couldn't even say. Yeah, I was born in the Robert F.
State Correctional Institution, something.
Yeah.
Called the House of Correction.
House of
On state
Correction.
roads.
Could
So-
have been worse. Could have
I
been
love
like,
the corrections.
I was born in the tomb.
I was born in HOC.
You know what I mean?
Hop. They called it Hop.
Yeah, I was born in Hock.
So I'm like,
Damn, that don't even say Hock.
nah,
When
man,
you
it's
hock
cool.
something,
Nah, you have
it's
to
like
spit
you
it out.
giving it away or something. Like
Or
when
you
you
spit-
hock
or you-
something,
or
you're
you-
pawning
Or
it.
you spitting.
Right, hock spit.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, it's not cool. So I was embarrassed by it for years. I mean, people used to ask me, you know, like, where's your mom at? Where's your dad at? Like everybody. had
Wait, so
had
did you
one-
not know their history?
Not at all.
Oh,
I mean, how do you tell a 7-year-old your parents are in jail
right, as political prisoners,
for
basically.
something, right?
Right.
I mean, I knew they were in prison, but I didn't know for what. There was no explanation. How do you explain that, right? So, getting a little ahead. In 1978, when I was born, John Africa wanted the children to get away from the confrontational atmosphere in the city. So he sent us to a farm. We had a spot in Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia. 15 kids. Two moved women took care of the 15 kids. That was a tough job because the oldest one was like 8 years old. And I'm going down there as a newborn, right?
Wow.
So we down there for a while. 1981, police find out where we at. They come to the house. They raid the place. They take us, all the kids, put us in an orphanage, and put the adults in jail.
Yeah.
So they knew.
So we in the orphanage, separated from the family, separated from the adults, separated from each other. And while we're in there, I mean, this is 1981. White nuns ain't never seen locks on the head.
Man.
Wow. So they made you cut them.
No, they combed them out.
Oh, man.
You know, that football fella.
They combed your
They
locks
tried.
out.
My cousin, there's a picture in the newspaper from when they captured us, where my cousin's head, half of it is in an afro, and the other half is still locks.
Wow.
We were grieving. They stopped. They wouldn't, you know, losing weight. I mean, they was not supposed to lose weight, but we were losing weight. They were force feeding us because we were dying. For 11 days, we were in that place. So, the two women that were taking care of us, they talked the judge into letting them out of jail and giving them a visit to see us. And they did. And they came to see us, and they liberated us from that place. All 15 of us, they put us in the back of the U-Haul truck.
Clap it up for liberation. Clap it up for liberation.
And they drove us back to Philly in the back of the U-Haul, from Richmond, Virginia to Philly in the back of the U-Haul truck.
Wow.
And
good 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
man, could you imagine what the bathroom stop on that road, on that trip was like? And the cops were there. Look, listen. When we were coming out of the thing, she told the kids, go to that U-Haul truck, don't look back. We went to the U-Haul truck. You know, some of us had to be carried. We babies. And the police is all around. You know, the sirens from the, you know, sounding their alarm. The police are coming. They're on their way.
Wow.
It's raining.
Wow.
U-Haul truck is stuck in the mud. They have to get out of the truck and push it while the cops are coming.
This sounds like a movie, right?
I know.
It sounds like a movie.
Like,
seriously, like 78.
And, you know, one of push, hurry up, push. Panic. They
Finally
just
strength.
out of the mud.
Oh, we
will.
Oh, we out of this bitch.
Man, we rolled out. Cops, both sides, behind and in front.
Wow. Damn.
Until we hit the jurisdiction. John, they couldn't go across.
Oh, so they're following y'all the whole way.
Train
Blues Brothers.
But they couldn't, but as long as y'all didn't stop, they couldn't forcibly stop y'all.
And we hit the jurisdiction, they had to stop.
Wow.
Woo! Smoking
And this
bandit.
is probably before the days when they really could effectively call ahead and get
Right.
the other
I mean,
people.
this is a different day.
man.
Even if they got them, once you cross a certain line, you got to stop. You know, there's laws. that
Right,
some
but
people-
then the other
Right.
police could have picked it up, though.
They could have, yeah, but this is 1981,
Right,
and it's country.
right.
You know, so it's like
And what crime has been committed?
15 counts of kidnapping.
Yeah.
But they couldn't,
As far as
trying to get more police out there, whatever. It didn't happen.
Right.
We got, hey, look.
So y'all got home.
I thought about it years later and thought to myself, what was that first pit stop for gas like? What that must have been like when the kid said, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, man.
You want to get out and jump in the woods real quick and take a leak? But they did that, and that was a powerful example of true liberation. So when that happened, you know, a lot happened around that time. John Africa was in federal court because he was accused of making bombs, and the government had all these trumped up charges on him for this stuff that they said he did, threatening to blow up the ice caps in the North Pole so that he could flood the earth. They had all kind of stuff they made up on him. When he was arrested on May 13th, 1981, from the start of that arrest, and that's a whole other story, but from the start of that arrest to the day of his acquittal, even though he was facing 175 years in federal prison against a federal government that has a 97% conviction rating. Their slogan is, we always get our man. Harvard and Cornell trained prosecutors never lost a case before. They faced John Africa. John Africa was a third grade dropout. Went to court like I'm dressed almost right now, probably not even as nice. Slept through a lot of the trial. Told the prosecutor, you ain't gonna convict me on this case. I'm going home. Less than 2 months of a trial, John Africa walked home. Represented himself. When that happened, man,
Pissed them off.
they said, you ever see the movie? You saw Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah.
When they was checking on the brother at the hospital.
Yes.
They made sure he got to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
When the cop said,
One
break
man
this up,
shouldn't
break
have
this up.
That much power.
He said, I'm not satisfied. And they rolled to the hospital. They rolled out.
Yeah, that
Make
was
sure the
dope.
brother was all right,
That
right?
was dope.
And that cop said, that's too much power for that.
One man.
What the movie should have had him say, just my opinion, is that's too much power for that nigga to have.
Right, should have been
They
that.
pay for everything.
So that's what. So they
Should've
said what
put
he
it all
said.
the way in.
But
Shout out to Ja Will in the
But the
house.
reality is that's what he was feeling, because he wouldn't have said that if that was J. Edgar Hoover.
I don't know.
Right? So when that happened, when John Africa walked out free, 4 years later, the government came to our house again with another assault, another attack.
But this time
it was different.
This
Because it was
time
the
there
same
was different,
police.
different determination.
Different agenda. This time it was make sure none of those nappy-headed niggas come out alive.
Wow.
They shot 10,000 rounds of ammunition. The police shot 10,000 rounds of ammunition at our house within the first 90 minutes of the siege.
With knowing that women and children were inside the house, correct?
And why were they there? What would make an army of police go to a house when the warrants that they were coming out there for were misdemeanors?
Right.
So they came to our house, they shot it up, and they dropped the bomb. And when the bomb ignited a fire, the fire commissioner and the police commissioner ordered their troops to let the fire burn. And when MOVE people tried to come out of the house, the police shot them back into the fire. When some of the people escaped the house, the police shot them and threw their bodies back into the fire. Wow. Miraculously, 2 people survived. 2 people. Birdie Africa, who was 13 years old, and Ramona Africa. And Ramona Africa was arrested. She was arraigned, and they tried, and they found her guilty in court of riot and arson. And they put her in prison for 7 years. She's the only person to this day that was punished for that day. And the warrants that they came out there for, that they said they came out there, were dropped.
After 60 homes have been burnt down.
61 homes, 250 people left homeless.
61 homes. So they didn't care about any residual damage, you're telling me.
Not that day.
They dropped the bomb on that home, but ultimately destroyed 61 homes with how many people left homeless?
250 people left homeless.
What I believe is that, yes, they had a mission to abolish the MOVE organization. But as careless as they were in the way that they tried to abolish the organization, they didn't even know how to put out a raging fire of that magnitude. And that's how all the homes burned down.
Well, I feel like from the onset,
There was no organization.
that was taken into account, and they said, "Who care about those other niggas? They're with them too. They're probably helping them. Who knows? Like
Perhaps, but it wasn't just black folks living in that neighborhood. And that's one of the other reasons why, it might have worked out in the city's favor to just burn it down, start from new. Here you go, Drexel.
Well, this is a different neighborhood, though. Drexel wasn't there yet at that part. But the thing is...
Now, I'm not so familiar with Philadelphia neighborhoods.
This is 30 blocks away from Drexel.
What is Drexel?
Drexel is a university.
Okay, got you. Okay.
And this part of Drexel is in like Center City. It's like the heart of the city where all the skyscrapers and all
Right.
that.
So we know that's real estate. That's money.
Right. That was where the first confrontation was, and obviously. But the second one on May 13th, that was a middle class black neighborhood.
So now this is so both confrontations didn't happen at the same location.
No,
Part
this was
I'm talking about 78.
Right. So the second one was a middle class black neighborhood. There were other people there. There wasn't only black people that lived around there. There was Jewish families and just like you said. The thing about the letting the fire burn, the fire. There's such a thing when the fire gets so hot, it has the ability to ignite in other places that it's not connected to. The heat of it engulfs things that it doesn't. Like, if a
Doesn't have to be touching it.
Doesn't have to touch it. It gets so hot that the heat of it just connects to other things.
Right.
And I think that's over like 2,000 degrees.
It's the way that homes were being built with the insulations and the amount of wood versus
Flammable.
is very flammable.
So when that happened, Ramona went to prison. My parents were still in prison. Those people that were in the house were fighting to get the people that were in prison out of prison. And so when that happened, it was like there was nobody, not many people fighting to get the people out. So
How long did parents in prison?
at that point, 7 years.
And what was their whole period?
Total, they spent over. My dad spent over 40. My mom spent just about 40.
A piece.
40 each. No doubt. So when Ramona went to prison, and I remember her, and my mom, they were at the same prison. So when she's about to get out of prison, I'm asking Ramona, can you come and get me, bring me back around, and she does. The day after she got out of prison, she came and got me, and I was writing music. I had my own hip hop going on. I was listening to, my NWA, Fuck the Police, and I'm like, yeah, like this is my grandma didn't play rap music in the house. You know how some of the older people were, But when that song came out, she was like, turn that shit up. So I like that one right there. Fuck the police. Fuck 'em. So I'm writing my little raps, and I'm getting, so Ramona's like, yeah, like these raps you doing, these is kind of good. So I'm, she's taking me around,
She said,
and I'm
Grandma,
meeting with different people.
You need to check out this brand Nubian right here. I think you might like this. Anyway, go ahead.
So then Ramona's on stage and she's speaking all over. She's taking me with her. She says, this young boy was born in jail. And I'm like, whoa, you ain't supposed to tell people that. So one day, she kept saying it too, like she was proud of it. Like, it's a badge of honor.
And this boy was born in
jail. For jail, baby.
I'm like, yeah, that's that guy over there.
Jail,
So
baby.
she gets off the stage one day and she says, every time I say that, you act like you don't like it. I say, well, no, I don't. And she said, you should be proud of that. Your mother was strong and she was brave and it was, all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Different way to look at it.
Different way to look at it. It wasn't the teasing thing like my cousin was doing. So I'm like, all right, cool. So next thing in my rap, I was born in jail. Like, I got you. Like, yeah. I see my cousin the next time. I see my cousin the next time. He was like, yeah, you was born in jail. I was like, you was born in the hospital. Like, suckers. Yeah. Y'all sick. That's why you in the hospital. I was born in jail. I'm stronger than yours. Yeah. It was like another thing now.
Yeah, you sick. That's why you was born in the hospital.
Yeah, so
that's a good one.
So we cool, like I'm doing my music and Ramona's she's speaking, I'm speaking too, but it felt like none of that was really like effective, right? So then Phil Africa, who's one of the Move 9, right? He spent 37 years in jail. His son was in the house when he was 15. Me and Phil was real tight. I used to go see Phil all the time in prison, and I used to take him food and send him money. And he used to send me his old boxing tape trophies and all this stuff, right? And then one day I get a phone call and they say he was sick. Go to the hospital to see him. He's like in a coma. And I'm like, this is one of my heroes that's about to go, And we got him out of the hospital. He was better. And then a year later, I get another call. They say it's Phil. I say, he's sick again? They say, no, he died. So I was like, oh man, these people can't always die in prison. Then I get a call from my dad, and he said, man, I gotta go to the hospital tonight. I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know, I'm gonna pass out in the shower, diabetes runs in my family, high blood pressure, and this prison food ain't no good. I'm living across the street from a nuclear tower, man. Like, I don't know. So I'm like, all right, I can't let my dad down here. My dad would give me his left arm and his right leg if I needed, whatever I needed, my dad would do it for me. So I'm like, I got to do something. So I just went into overdrive, man. I just worked. I met with lawyers. I met with investigators. I met with politicians. I met with citizens. I met with anybody who was willing to talk. Let's do this. Cops, the mayor that was involved, that was with that was the mayor at the time when the bomb was dropped. He called on the radio show and said, I was wrong.
Was that Rizzo?
That was Wilson Wilson.
Okay.
He said, I was wrong for what happened. Black mayor. He said, I was wrong for what happened. I'm sorry that happened. And I want to do what I can to help get them people out of jail. The hardest thing I ever had to do is say, okay, let him help. But I did that. And I did that because I did not want none of my people to, no more of my people to die in prison. That's what I had to go through. And it's been the hardest thing I've ever done since. Just thinking about it now, I'm getting hurt.
Well, now, clap it up for your courage. And you're doing something that, you might have felt like you didn't want to do, but ultimately it's something you needed to do.
Man, and then on June 16th, my mom came home. October 23rd, my dad came home. The following year, Janet and Janine came home. Shortly after that, Eddie came home.
Okay.
So it's like, we got 2 people left to get out of prison. Delbert, check out the beating of Delbert Africa, how them cops. You think Rodney King was beat bad? Check out the beating of Delbert Africa.
Last scene. Wow. It's the last scene in part 1.
Check that out. And he's still in prison. His daughter was murdered on May 13th, 1985. He's 75 years old. And Chuck Africa is still in prison. My Uncle Chuck. He's been in jail since he was 18 years old. We got to get them 2 out. We're going to try to do the same thing that we did for the other people to get these last 2 people out. And we're going to move on straight with Mumia, and we're going to keep it rolling and get all our people out of these prisons, man.
Listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I want to talk a little bit about Mumia, where his case is at now, how he kind of connects to the move. Talk about a little bit about the film festivals, things of that nature, where you're trying to get the film. Yeah. It's a great conversation, man. Yanadameen Godcast. We'll be back. Y'all will take us out.
I'm going to take this opportunity to, that's right. I'll be back. Drinking all this doesn't.
Send you there, of course.
Oh, no.
And you got ginger ale, but it's just,
Yeah,
Story already. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I,
So what was that like? Man, what you eating there? Did they give you cornbread? Cornbread formula?
One more. Oh.
Appreciate it. All right. Yes, sir. All right, bro. All right, bro. Yes, sir. Oh. It's an honor being your friend. Thank you, bro.
Look, follow me on Instagram.
What is it?
Mike Africa Jr. You keep up with all of the stuff I'm doing.
Yep.
Mike Africa Jr. And on Facebook is Michael Africa Jr.
Said that Instagram Mike Africa what?
Mike Africa Jr. And then on Facebook is Michael Africa Jr.
No. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
On the deck? Oh, wow.
I'm good. Yo, you should have heard that when I heard that rap, man. Yo, it was extra hype too because I was extra proud and I wanted to get my cousin back. And it was like
I was extra
I was
proud.
extra proud. It was like, yeah.
Nah, that comeback. You was born in the hospital because you sick.
Yeah. Hospital for sick people.
That was a big
Yeah. He never said
Mother was stronger than yours.
Yeah, he never said anything about that again to me, man. Never. That was like 25 years ago. He never mentioned it again. But that was his way of getting me when
I'm telling you,
when
for Tupac, that was like a badge of honor. Yo, he was born in jail. And, word.
Yeah.
You know where I'm looking? Those those are reading glasses?
No.
Oh. Nah, because I'm looking for an online place where I can send my prescription. I already have the frame.
Zero
Say it again.
comes with a fee.
Z Boom.
Z-Lord. Z-O-O-L-O-O-L. Z-Lord. Down at, when you look at the glasses, down the bottom, scroll down, and it's got a place to put your prescription.
Thank you.
Very inexpensive.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I want transitional,
The
progressive.
glasses are like under, some glasses are under.
I got the frames already. I just want
the prescription.
to be filled. You know what I mean? So, and
Well,
I'd rather do it online because
Can
it's
you
cheaper.
do you have to send them the
I have
frame?
I have the frame.
To show
You gotta
them,
send the frame.
You
No,
gotta
I got
send-
the frame.
and you gotta send that to them so that they can match.
And your
And the prescription.
Yeah, black Jews that make sunglasses.
Oh, that's what that is? That's what's up.
I remember in the 80s, Humo D was talking about these sunglasses that he had that cost $250.
Cazal.
And he was wearing.
He was
more than
He was
that.
wearing something else. His joints came all like the top of his forehead all the way down to his
You
nose.
say Cazals were more than that, right? Cazals are 4, right? Around 4, you're right.
400 back then.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What are they now? Do they still do them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And now you're like
And
Ray-Bans
that
and
was
everything else.
like if you had
No,
Cazals
they more
on.
than Ray-Ban.
Yeah, I'm
you
just
had-
saying, like,
yeah, that's right.
I remember Gazelles. Yeah.
No, but if you had Gazelles on back then,
Those are Gazelles right there.
I see. If you had Gazelles on back then,
Oh, you might get killed.
Yeah.
do you,
Like,
that
we were
was
running.
Shirley,
Like, you can get killed over glasses.
Gazelle,
in New
Shirley.
York, no doubt.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then when
That hit-
what's
that
it
hit
called,
Philly,
125th and started doing the Louis and stuff, and coats and hats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Philly had these things called alpinos.
Yeah, I remember coming down.
Alpinos, yeah. It was Cool C and Schoolie D.
Schoolie D had some frames too.
Yeah, they all had these alpinos.
I remember coming down to the Lancet to get me to get my leathers. No, did I get the leathers from Simpson? I think the sheepskin came from the Lancet. And I kid you not, because we rode the train back. The fear was to get it Vic before even getting a chance to rock it. Because of the distance and of our age. You got to remember, we're doing stuff when we're 15, 16 years old. So it ain't nothing for an 18-year-old or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up.
You know, with his heat.
No, Jamar got his Rogers feet.
Yo, V, I got.
He got us robbed. That's why he's saying
I
it.
got Vic at Memorial Stadium, and I was 13, and it was a turkey bowl. And I still remember the dude who went with him and his crew, and I seen him years later in Lincoln Park. And I said to dude,
You don't even know.
remember me? Yeah, by then I was,
Charlie, right?
oh,
What are we waiting on?
Wait on you.
Oh, come on. We ready.
The man went to the bathroom.
As soon as you come out, we ready.
I'm trying to remember the dude who And in Mount Vernon, what's his name, man? George. It wasn't George Wilder.
What happened when you said you remember me? You said that to him?
Oh, hell yeah. He didn't remember me. I remember him because he had
It ain't that.
red hair.
He done did it so many times. The guy that robbed you don't remember, bro.
Right.
It was funny like
You
this.
understand
It
what I'm
was
saying?
him and like it was him and 4 other dudes. But I remember him because he had red hair. You know what I'm saying? And I remember seeing him in the summer league years later, like about 2. No, that was 13. It was probably 3 years later. Yeah.
I remember when Jordans got real popular. People were doing stuff like that.
Still do.
Every time people was walking home barefoot.
For us, it was Fila.
I remember when they came out.
Because that's when cats were really just growing up in Macy's and certain other establishments and just Brooklyn.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, man. That one's up first of money.
They CDs. You scratching CDs?
MP3.
No, that's how they do it now. That's how they do it now. Everything's like, yo, I seen it years ago and I was just like, it's pretty damn near. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. When I first seen it a couple of years back, I was like, wow. I say a couple of years back, it had to been like around 10 years ago. But no, but still.
When you get,
No, but still, you know.
yeah, I've never seen him. But I'm looking at the size of it, and I'm like, that's not, unless he's doing a 45.
Nah, it's just made
Well,
like
it looks like
it's made like
it's made like that. It's made to look like a 45 on there. It's the same, feels like a record, but it's not a record. There's no turntable arm or nothing like that.
You guys ready to go?
Yep.
Right. Sound good.
I love that y'all got this crew going, man.
Sound good?
All interns too.
Nah, but I love it, man. This is how this is how I started. I'm gonna tell you right now. I started in high school. Boom,
Some
doing
shit
what
to
y'all
learn, right?
for Cablevision. Cablevision, which actually became what? Optimal, right?
Yeah, it's not expensive too.
Yeah, y'all don't know that I did Shook One, so. Y'all remember that video?
Oh, that's y'all just watched it. Shook Ones?
Y'all didn't know that, huh?
Man,
That's
Shook
the type of
Ones,
shit you're
Mob
supposed
Deep.
to say on the camera,
Damn.
Give up the goods. Yeah. Glaciers of Ice, Raekwon.
Oh,
Places of ice.
Yeah.
Human lands.
Nah, I just told y'all they don't need to know.
Yeah, there you go.
Raekwon.
They don't need to know.
Cuban link.
Y'all seen a movie called Shatters?
Shata, that's you?
I helped them put it together.
Win.
together.
Let me explain win. You don't fuck up, Mr. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
You don't fuck up. Oh, say what?
Mm-hmm.
Spaga Benz. That is hilarious. Link up.
Let's go. It's late. It's 8 o'clock.
One, record.
Yanadameen Godcast, Scene 3, Take 1.
Chat Will, if you would. Yeah. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
Godfrey.
Digga is not here. She's on vacation, but she'll be back next week. She went to Cancun, having a great time with Foxy Alex. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. But get your ass back here next week. Listen, don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell to get notifications when we drop new videos and when we go on YouTube Live and all that. Shout out to our YouTube Live viewers. If you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. any amount is appreciated. Oh, first of all, I want to shout out to my $1 a week club. I talked about a $1 a week club, and it seems like people starting to join. Like, seriously. And I'm fucking with that. Like I said, we got 73,000 maybe subscribers. If each one gave $1 a week,
you know,
oh, we'd be balling out of control. We could pay everybody. We could do a lot of things. We can up the camera work, the sound, every fucking thing.
Like the African children. Just $1 a day.
What?
Remember, $1 a day will feed the whole village.
And listen, that's $52 for the year. But guess what? I'd rather you do the $1 a week so that you get in the habit of, you know, donating something to something that's positive. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting $52.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, join the $1 a week club. It ain't gonna hurt you. Like,
come on now.
Come on now.
You're being cheap. Look at that $1. No 99 cents.
They got $8 fucking Dutchess and shit
No
now
doubt.
in New York City.
Give us $1. You give $1 to the bum outside.
It's $1.
The crackhead. Come on now, we ain't crackhead.
Anyway.
Do we know that crackhead? We regular motherfuckers. We eat salads and
not
shit.
ashy.
Not at all.
If you was
no
you
ring
was
around my
you
mouth.
heard a lot of
I ain't
ass on you.
scratching and shit in my head. Get us $1.
Don't smell like a crackhead.
You smell clean too. Wash your head. Give us $1.
We got our special guest here. Okay. Director extraordinaire, my boy Froy Cuesta in the motherfucking house.
Yeah.
And we got from the Move organization for Philly, we got Mike Africa Jr. In the house.
There you go.
Okay? We got to be specific, right? Because first of all, when you first walked in, I said, is this Mike Africa? Because I'm thinking, you look pretty young, brother. Although I know you're older than you look.
40.
Right.
I'll be 41 next
But
month.
you're not too far. The original Mike Africa. You see what I'm saying? I almost thought that Mike Africa was the Mike Africa originally coming. So when I saw you, I said, whoa, this
was
pretty
63
damn
years old,
young.
I'd really be doing good.
Hell yeah, you would. You could write all kinds of books, and I would be like, yo, I read the secret, bro. Like, for real. What the secret is. But,
Fountain of Youth.
so, you know, we've been here talking to you about the move, and man, you've shared some heavy shit with us. I want to get back to some of that because I want to talk about Mamiya and stuff like that. But during the break, we were talking with Freud, and I'm not going to let you just sit here and, like, you know, not be acknowledged for some of the iconic music videos that you've shot. So would you please share with the people some of the videos that you've shot and some of the things you've been a part of? You know, some of the stuff you were talking about while we were on break?
It was during the 90s that actually helped me get to...
Because you spoke about Loud. You spoke about Loud, but you didn't get into what videos you did at Loud. So let's get to it, bruh.
Mobb Deep.
Which Mobb Deep?
One?
Which one did you do?
Shook One.
Ain't no such thing.
So you said, you know what? Yo, P, you look good with the Henny in your cup. Why don't you just rock like that? Why don't you just rock with the Henny on the set?
Man,
he did that.
Inside.
In the Saab.
Going over the bridge.
Going over the bridge. So you did Shook Ones. What's another iconic one I heard you say? Raekwon, what?
Glaciers of Ice.
Glaciers of Ice. Let's clap it up for Glaciers of fucking
Cuban
Ice.
Links, Raekwon, Jeff, Wu-Tang.
First of all, if we can just flash back real quick and remember hip-hop at that time, and for you to actually be shooting those videos at that time, like...
I felt blessed.
I was going to say, how did that feel like What was that like? That had to
Well,
be
there was some,
crazy.
there was energy. There was some cats that
Just a kid from Nerd Shell,
no doubt,
doing his damn thing,
doing what I
shooting
love
superstar minute music videos.
I felt blessed, B, because it was the time. It was like it's like being born at the right time. There was certain energy that that allowed us to flourish and make turn the business. It was the business of the music industry that helped a lot of us that had creative ideas spawn into directors and writers and editors and cinematographers. On the flip side, not just being an MC, a producer, a performer on stage, but someone that had the capabilities of capturing what was going on within that music.
Well, you did it very well.
I appreciate it.
Loved those videos, and man, that's some dope shit. I don't know if I even knew that until just now.
It was because of those videos.
I knew you were shooting
period.
videos, but I don't know if I knew you did shook ones and fucking places.
I didn't walk around with a billboard saying that, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, these days, man, it seems
like
like the ones
t-shirt
that walk around with the billboards.
No, you have to.
We come from an era a lot of times where, and trust me, I was like this for a very long time. Like, you try to be super humble about certain things, but sometimes, man, you gotta toot your motherfucking horn, because ain't nobody else gonna fucking toot it for you. You understand what I'm saying?
My uncle said to me, he married into the family. He was from down south. My uncle said to me, be more like a rooster. I said, why, Uncle John? He was like, because, they tell everyone what time it is. And, I thought about it and it made sense. But in all reality, I want my work to speak for itself.
Yes, sir.
And it was because of the videos and the climate back then that helped me get to another project that took me to South Africa for a month. And while I was there was when I decided, when I got back, honestly, I didn't feel like doing music videos anymore. And I just did what I had to do. And back then there was no internet. So I was going to the library, doing research. And I wanted to find something. I didn't know what, but I was like, I got to find something that could basically resonate amongst my people and help bring me to the next level. And that's what I was thinking about. And I found out about the Move organization. I found out about Mumia Jamar, and I was just like, how come I didn't know about this?
So I'm glad. Perfect segue. So a lot of people don't know about the Move. A lot of people don't know about Mumia Jamar. So let's talk a little bit about Mumia real quick and how he relates to the Move. Because again, he's in your movie Unalienable Rights. I voice Mumia, I voice John Africa, and I voice Chucky Africa. So, Mumia has been, he was on death row for how many years?
Couple decades.
Couple decades for allegedly, coming to the aid of his brother. And, a policeman was shot and killed. Yes, shot and killed. And they, he's maintained his innocence. And,
he has a new trial.
Right. From what I understand, he now has a new trial. He's been taken off death row. So let's clap it up for that.
Free Mumia.
That's right.
Free Mumia.
Listen,
that's been
this was something that it was been a call for a very long time. But at some point, and especially within hip hop, but at some point I feel like hip hop, lost its way, lost its political edge, and we stopped saying things like Free Mumia, So we need to put things like that back into the lexicon of hip hop and just into the popular culture, because it's all about what's popular these days. So Free Mumia Hashtag free Mumia.
That would be nice.
Right? That's how y'all do it
get
now.
It viral.
Right?
Get it viral. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag free Mumia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what, how was he connected? And
Mumia was connected because he was a journalist, and he became a supporter through his journalism because he was a true journalist. He would go to move trials and he would see what was happening. He would report what happened. And at that time, with the Rizzo administration and with racism and all of that, Rizzo did not want support for movie, especially from the news. Rizzo wanted the news. I mean, what's one of the demands of these people when we want the freedom of the press, right? So that they can make the narrative what they want it to be. But Mumia was going against that, like, I'm telling the truth. Yeah. So he told the truth, and because he told the truth, brother's doing death row.
Voice of the voiceless.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, what did they do to Martin Luther King for telling the truth? What was done to Malcolm X for telling the truth? What was done to Jesus for telling the truth? So, the same thing was they were trying to do to Mumia. And because he would not stop telling the truth, and because they attacked him, they put him on death row, and Move has been supporting him ever since he's been in prison. And right now, there's a lot of things happening with this case right now. A lot of things are shifting. The district attorney in Philly, Larry Krasner, who is doing a lot of things that's like progressive. Like he's doing a lot of things that people don't like, but he's doing some things that for the city, for Move. Like he wrote a letter of recommendation for my mom. DAs, I don't know if they usually do that, but he wrote a letter of recommendation for my mom. And when the city said that they didn't, that when the news media said that he did not write a recommendation, he went back to them and told them, yes, I did. And he wrote one for my dad. And things are happening in Mumia's case right now. We can't really get too much into it because there's a lot of things that still got to be dealt with before it's public. But Mumia's been that rock, man. He talks about issues that covers everything. He talks about the things in Palestine. He talks about women's issues. He talks about the abuse of police brutality. He talks about when you look at and listen to the things that he's talking about, it's always about trying to help people and trying to stop a system from oppressing you. And that's why he's called the voice of the voiceless.
Let me ask you something. Why Move? Why was the organization called Move?
The organization is called Move because John Africa said life moves. Life moves. And without movement, there's stagnation. And, it is as simple as that. Everything has to move.
Everything vibrates.
Okay. Yeah. And what happens if it stops moving?
It's dead.
Dead. No life.
We ain't about that. We're about movement. Activity.
Now tell me something that I thought was beautiful, I think nice to share with people. You said when your father got home, right, one of the first things he said he wanted to do, what did he say he wanted to do?
I said, Dad, you've been home, you've been in prison for 40 years, you're finally home. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You can do whatever you want. You want to go somewhere, whatever you want to do, you can do. He said, man, I want to marry your mom.
Wow.
I said, you want to marry mom? I said, you can do that, but I said, yeah, we can set that up. He said, nah, I want that today.
Yeah.
I said, Dad, how are you going to do that? There's no family and friends. He said, man, I ain't waiting another 40 years. I'm like, yo, I ain't saying 40 years, but how about like a couple months? And he'd be like, Mike, I ain't got a couple months.
Damn.
I want to marry your mom today.
Wow.
You know the scene from Goodfellas? Today. Get my money today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's my dad. Like, no, I want it today.
Wow.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
That's awesome, man.
That's beautiful.
I got pictures, man. So look, I told him, I said, all right, well, look, we'll set it up. I can't be a part of you marrying mom. You can do that. That's your business. But I can't be a part of that, and my sisters not be here because they'll kill me. So like, you go ahead and do what you got to do. But we'll get it all set up so that all your family and friends and supporters can be, we'll hook it up however you want to do it. So we hooked it up. And, he got like, he called his family and his friends, and 300 people came. 300 people came to see my mom and dad. And the reason it was 300 is because the place couldn't hold no more. Wow. We had a limit. We could only invite 200. But I was like, listen, you can't not invite this person. So like,
they're going to bring people, other people.
So it ended up being like 300 people at this thing.
Wow. So let me ask you, when you saw Freud's film, what did you think?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, Freud, I don't really want to like show nobody this, but can I show my mom? Like he's like, yeah, show your family.
How was his voice? How did he do your dad? How was that? John Africa.
He did. So when I heard that, I was like, yo, I was trying to figure out who it is, and I didn't know that the same person was doing the different people.
That's dope.
So I'm like, okay, let me guess. Is that Common? Is that somebody else? And is that somebody? He was like, nah. He was like, nah. That's when I tell you, cause we chopped around. We tried to figure out who would be the best fit for it, and that's Lord Jamar. And I was like, word, yo, Jamar, I got a girl that's bad. Like, so it was like that was the exchange, and I was like happy to hear who it was, and then like impressed that it was those different people, right? And Chuck's my uncle, so I'm like seeing it go down and like watching it, and it's so accurate. So I'm just like, oh. And I never seen anybody. Me and my friend Bobby, we were talking about somebody doing animation at some point, some kind of way, but I didn't expect it to be like what it was. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, that's powerful. I got my mom, I got my wife, I got my kids, and I said, yo, check, y'all gotta watch this. My kids, you know how the kids are these days. They got attention span that's like that long. Right. So we all standing there. I'm sitting in front of the computer, and I'm sitting there watching it. And at a point, is everything so quiet? I thought they left. I turned around and looked, and they were all just mesmerized, just watching it. Like, wow. So I'm like, I just can't wait to see the final and what it's going to like be and how it's going to be, and I can't wait to the release to the world for it, man. It's powerful, man.
So Freud, can't wait till it releases to the world. I know you've been entering it in certain film festivals and stuff like that. You got things coming up, and I don't know all the politics of
There's
how
a lot of
all
politics
that
with
shit
like
you
the
gotta do.
Toronto Film Festival.
They
You
didn't
got
get
Cannes
accepted.
Film. What?
They didn't get accepted.
Didn't get accepted. Canada.
Now you got to understand, I think the subject matter could have something to do with some of this shit. But
if it has white people
if
looking
I
evil,
knew the specific person or a specific person, I should say.
it's not a slave movie.
Well, nah, man, I don't want to knock certain organizations and festivals at all, because I know that there's politics and everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So
I thought that would be good. That would be a moving.
But it
with
has
black film festivals, I didn't get in either.
ABFF?
Look,
Didn't get in.
What?
bro.
Marcus Vineyard didn't get in.
Oh,
what did you get in?
What the hell?
We got in, first and foremost, Philadelphia Independent Film Festival.
Word up, Philly.
Philadelphia Independent Film Festival.
But I got to keep it real. I kind of kept it kind of on the low and quiet to just film festivals. Didn't do any marketing because I hadn't spoken to the family. And I wanted to make sure that I was on point with the direction of where we were going with part one at the very least. And that's why I'm glad we didn't go ahead and do, the three remaining parts. I really felt that I needed to speak to the family first and make sure that, they were, one, okay with it, and two, that I was hitting certain marks. Because there was things that, I was writing that
hey, a lot of folks might not have known. And it will be blatantly obvious as the other parts start to come out. Because it's not just about the MOVE organization or Mumia, it's about the climate and what was going on in Philadelphia at the time, with the mob and, corrupt city officials and Internal Auto Police, and, a couple other entities that played a multitude of acts.
Well, we're here. It's 2019. We said we 2 more need to come home.
2 more.
And it's like,
last August 8th marked 41 years for both of them.
wow.
Just last few days ago.
It's insane.
41 years. Chuck got cancer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. 15 rounds. He's been through 15 rounds of chemotherapy. Cool. It went away, or it was in remission. I just got a phone call from him. I went to see him and had a visit with him the other day. He couldn't stay on the visit long. He was in too much pain. He told me that they said some of the cancer is back. So he goes up for parole in December. And we're trying to get him home. It'd be nice to get him home by Christmas.
But listen, what is it that, like, what do you want to see for just black people in general? Like coming from everything that you've seen and everything you've experienced, what is your hopes and dreams for us?
That the outsiders go back home and we can make America great again.
Because it's about love.
The outsiders can go back home.
Go back home.
It's
Go back
about
where
love.
they came from.
Savages.
And that's what
Because
we
we was
do.
already here.
My grandmother's Native American.
Holla.
And we ain't had no, and she ain't had no problems in Africa. So I'm saying they can go back home and wherever they and do whatever they want to do with each other to each other. Leave us alone. That's all we asked for with the police when they came. Take y'all asses back up to Northeast Philly.
Right. And leave us alone.
Leave us alone. You don't like the smell of garlic? Get away from me. I always eat garlic when I'm around vampires. I was
Ladies gonna say that. You don't like garlic, but you're a vampire.
Blood sucking thieves.
Get away from it. Pimps. One of my mentors, he says they pimps, pirates, and parasites. Ain't no such shit as white supremacy.
Well, I call it white insanity.
At this point,
because it's not supremacy and nothing supreme
about it. Mediocre.
Nothing supreme about what's going on.
It's white insanity.
No doubt.
So that's what I want to see, man. Look, I want to see people, together. And, black people as a people, we need to take care of each other. We don't need to be hurting each other. We don't need to be killing each other. We don't need to be robbing each other. We need to be working together.
On the move.
On the move.
So listen, if people wanted to contact you or, help support anything that you're doing, how can people get in contact with you? That's your camera.
I'm always on the move. Come see. You can come check me out on Instagram, Mike Africa Jr. You can find me on Facebook, Michael Africa Jr. Those are the platforms that I use the most. And you can find out all the information. Any questions that you got, hit me up. I'll put you to sleep with my talk. I just keep on rolling because I got a lot of information to share, So just hit me up, Mike Africa Jr. Facebook is Michael Africa Jr.
Floyd, how can people get in contact with you?
I'm anti-social, so you know what I'm saying?
Well, how can people...
Never.
Is there any
Oh, that's why you don't get in the festival. No one can call your ass.
Is there a website for the film or anything like that?
No, I mean, listen, God willing, when everything, takes form as it's been, there'll be more.
Okay.
That's it.
I will be the liaison for that information. You will give me the information, and I will impart it to our viewers when such information comes to me.
I would dearly appreciate that.
Yeah. My brothers, listen, all my brothers here,
It's a very informative night.
Yes.
Very much so. I had nothing to say. I just shut up.
Thank you.
No, you know, sometimes.
I mean, but it was just, it was
knowledge.
they have a lot of stories, man. It's like, you know, it spoke for itself. It was like, it was great.
How much time do we have, real quick? 2 minutes? I want to ask you, okay, so all the suffering that you went through and that the people in the move went through, is there a price tag you could put on that?
Price tag?
A price tag.
A price tag?
Can someone give you a certain amount of money to make all of that okay?
They can give me a nice little bit of money, and I'll.
Is that what
I'm
They can
asking
give me
a question.
They can give me a certain amount of money so that I can further my movement. Reparations, you know, the word reparations, to me, reparation comes from the word repair. Right?
Right.
You can't repair it.
Can something be repaired with money?
Not that kind of. I mean, how can you bring back lives?
It's priceless.
But
It's priceless, man.
But being that we are in a situation where the system puts money between us and the things that we need,
And that's the
yeah, I
reality.
mean, that's the reality. You do need money. So if there's an opportunity to get some money, you should take it and use it to further your cause. Use it to take care of your family. Use it to to do what you need to do.
Okay, I just feel like there's a bigger conversation here. I feel
You know
like
it is.
money cannot fucking pay for the pain that black people have been
No, because it's
gone
priceless.
through. We've had
Because it's
babies pulled out of stomachs, and
Priceless, bro.
there is no money that can pay for that. But that's a whole nother discussion we're going to have another time. And once again, for Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar, Godfrey. Digga, we'll see you next week. Mike Africa, Freud Questa. Peace! We're on the set. Take us out.
Sorry for yawning. Man, I feel truly blessed, yo.
Yo, man.
This is our first, B. Yo, this is like,
Thank you,
you know what I'm saying?
brother.
Jay,
Thank you.
Yo, man.
pleasure.
Shook
Seriously.
ones. God damn.
B,
Oh,
if you
somehow-
only knew.
There's more?
It went
If you
from
only
that.
knew, man. I said shot us.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, I've seen everything.
You know what I'm saying? And you won't see my name on shot us. But why? Because there were certain things that went down that I didn't want it to go down. Like it being bootlegged, like 4 years before it actually came